Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SmashDaLikeTV. On your way in, please make sure you smash the like button before we begin. Also, make sure you hit the notification bell so you can receive the notifications for any upcoming videos that I may post. And make sure you hit the subscribe so you can join me on the next ride. Now, we're going to get right on into it, y'all. Everybody is probably aware of Shannon Sharpe and Mike Epps having a back and forth. Mike Epps jokingly making gay accusations towards Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe ain't taking it kindly at all. The NBA All-Star game is coming up. Shannon Sharpe said, he's going to pull up on Mike Epps. I did a video where the NBA kind of got involved a bit, making sure this thing don't get messy. Now, Shannon Sharpe and Mike Epps was able to make contact with each other. They didn't speak verbally. I think they was messaging back and forth through the DMs or what have you. So we're going to get into that. Shannon Sharpe is going to provide some clarity, some transparency as to the communication that they have. And so hopefully when they see each other at NBA All-Star Weekend, man, when they see each other face to face, they can have a more cordial verbal exchange after having, direct messages sent back and forth. So let's hear from Shannon Sharpe and see what transpired between the two of them. Let's roll.
Time to address the elephant in the room.
Wait, elephant?
Everybody want the Mike Epps situation.
Oh yeah, Mike. I heard what you said. I ain't letting you off the hook.
And I think the thing for me is that, like I said, what he said. And so we had a conversation, and he and I gonna get together because he's from Indy, and he and I gonna sit down and talk. And
y'all talked already?
Yeah, we were texting. I mean, DM. We were DMing Ocho. And
okay, I ain't. Okay, that's on y'all.
But we're gonna have a conversation. I'm going to Indy because I'm coaching in the celebrity basketball game, and so we're gonna get together. And I got upset about, and he told a story. Shannon Sharpe did not DM me to come on the show. I DM'd him. He also said, I wish Katt had said something about me. I'm jealous. Now, the pushback that I'm going to give, and when I, I'm there, Ocho, so I really never go back and watch the interview because I was there when it actually happened.
Right.
He said, I tried to get Katt to say something negative about him. I never tried to get Katt. I didn't try to get Katt to say anything negative about anybody. The reason why a lot of the interviews take so long, Usher was only an hour. Because his team that was talking said, look, he want to sit down with Unc. He loved the platform. He loves what Unc's doing for the community. He said he wants to sit down with it, but he only has an hour. No problem. Jonta, Brian, Mike, appreciate that. Usher team, thank you, bro. I really appreciate it. I know you're busy, so I appreciate that. But if you think about it, Ocho, the reason why my interviews take at least normally 2 hours is because I ask the question, I sit back. Very seldom do I ever interrupt the guest because I don't want them to lose their train of thought. Just go ahead and speak. I don't try. I'm Switzerland. I'm neutral. I don't agree. I don't disagree with what the person is saying.
That's facts. I gotta intervene there. That's facts. Most of the interviews that I see from Shannon Sharpe, he simply asks a question and just let people sit freely and answer the questions however they need to answer them. I never really see him interject to try to sway them to answer a question in one particular way or another, as if to try to expose anybody or something like that. I've never seen that from Shannon Sharpe. So I'm not going to say that he's lying when he's defending himself in that regard.
That's their truth.
I want the people that's watching on YouTube or listening, however you get it, Apple or Spotify. I think, is there any other way you can listen to it? Apple, Spotify, YouTube podcast. So however you consume it, you get to make your decision. And so they're like, I mean, even DL. Oh, and he was like, he said something when Mike Epps said what he said. Well, this is what you get for being messy. How? How am I messy? I ask a question. They answer the question. I don't hey man, Did he do anything else? Did he say anything else? I asked the question, he answered. So we going back and forth in the...
Hold on. No, he got, I feel Shannon, because DL Hughley probably shouldn't be saying anything about being messy. First and foremost, DL Hughley, he stay on Vlad TV. I'm sure most people look at Vlad as like the cops, man. So most people know that Vlad TV is just a messy platform in and of itself. So I don't know how DL Hughley finds the opportunity to criticize Shannon Sharpe, calling him messy, when nobody really started using the term messy until the Katt Williams interview came out. Nobody said any of his interviews were messy. Now all of a sudden he's a messy person. But that's crazy that DL Hughley even tried to make such an accusation when he show up on Vlad TV show all the time. Let's go.
He says, bro, let's just have fun with this. I said, no. I said, tell me the fun with you lying on me, saying I'm gay, saying I cross-dress and I look like Medea. Tell me where's the fun for that for me. I get it for you. You get the key. You get the laugh. But tell me the fun in it for me.
Right.
What I'm starting to see, Ocho. You remember Katt said it. He said, Shannon, he said, this is going to put you in a new realm. This is going to put you in a new stratosphere. He also told me when I got outside, and Jordan can attest to this, he said, they're going to come. He said, they're going to come. He said, because the people that I talked about, they have supporters. And
you know what? Katt Williams, if he actually told him, and I believe that Shannon Sharpe is right, I don't believe he's sitting there lying about that. So obviously Katt Williams did tell him or warn him about the hate that was going to come. It just made me really think about, because I know Stephen A. Smith had came out and kind of dissed Shannon Sharpe on the low. Obviously prefaced things by calling him his brother, he loved him and all that, but he kind of dissed Shannon Sharpe for the manner in which he conducted the show, even took a shot at Monique and called Monique bitter. So Stephen A. Smith tried, he found the angle to criticize Shannon Sharpe, so that, and Shannon Sharpe spoke. Shannon Sharpe don't like to speak on names too much until it's time. But he said he's been noticing people acting differently. And I'm wondering if Stephen A. Smith is one of them people. Because, listen, ever since that Katt Williams interview, Stephen A. Smith been doing some things that, has not really been within his character. He came out with that rant with a bunch of expletives when he was criticizing, coming at Jason Whitlock. Even said he approached his pastor before he did so, because he knew he's going to present himself in a manner in which he would have criticized somebody else for doing so. Let's continue on, man. Let's listen to Shannon some more, man.
Supporters, and they're going to come for you. I just want you to know. He says, I want you to be prepared. And he said, some of them going to be people that you thought you were cool with. But you thought they were cool with you, but they're cooler with the people that I said what I said about. So just be careful.
That's deep.
What I'm starting to see is that in our community, anytime a black starts to get money, he had to have sold out the community to get it. Now, I want somebody in the chat, and I want somebody to tell me how I sold out the community. Second of all, another time, anytime, a lot of times, not all, a black start to become a little successful, start to make a little paper, the first thing we say, oh, that ain't gay. Because they were, and like what they try to do is call into question, because in our community, even though they say somebody might say it, it's still kind of frowned upon. And it's frowned upon in a lot of communities. Right. But I don't know if it's treated as harsh other than the Muslim community than in the black community.
Yeah, but you know what? Even today, calling somebody gay, it really holds no weight.
Ocho.
It holds no weight today. It holds no weight. They got rules. They got places. Listen, they set a standard for them to where at this point, hey, you gay. Okay, and next. Like that's not even an insult.
Here's the thing, Ocho. People will say, if you repeat something enough, why you think when people give misinformation, If I keep repeating, people will start to believe it's true, because a lot of people believe repetitions of a lie will make it true. So he kept, if he had just said it once, but he kept repeating it, knowing me, and I get it. My style is Hollywood. He was gay. Okay, that's his life. That's not mine. Hollywood.
Yeah, and I think that's what was bothering Shannon Sharpe the most, those gay accusations coming from Mike Epps. A lot of people been making the same accusations, but I think when Mike Epps did it, it triggered Shannon more so than anybody else because of Mike Epps' name. You know, with him having more of a name out there in the media, in the mainstream media, it probably rubbed Shannon a little bit the wrong way. So, but I appreciate Ocho Cinco for being, you know, everybody need a friend like, man, Ocho Cinco, because he's really trying to keep Shannon Sharpe from, you know, overstepping a boundary that he don't necessarily have to overstep, because people gonna say all kind of stuff. He's really successful right now, man. Shannon Sharpe, God bless him, is all I can say, because you know he's really redefining himself and reinventing himself after football, and it's just beautiful to see a person, you know, blossom like that, man, venturing into different things and being successful, and people are finding ways to take shots at him. Now I can understand his anger and frustration, but I think Ocho Cinco is doing a good job trying to keep him at bay. Let's continue on.
Now Hollywood no longer styles me. Why? Because I'm loyal to Shelley. She was hurt that after 20 plus years of being my stylist, that I had gone outside to hire someone else. And someone else was getting the credit when she was there at CBS. She was there when I started at Fox. She was there when I was going out and doing red carpet events. And I never had a problem. And for me, in my head, I thought I needed someone outside. Right. I didn't buy one thing new when Hollywood started styling me. Everything, all those LB jackets, all that stuff that I already had it. And a lot of the stuff she had already put together, but I took it apart. So when he put it back together, it was just what she had put together. And I told him, I said, Hollywood, I said, bro, I think you did an unbelievable job. I said, but I'm going to go back to Shelley. Because it's hurting her. Because she had been through anybody that knows me know I'm loyal. My team is my team. I'm loyal. And it hurt her. And she gonna ride for me. Shelley is the closest. Shelley is close to me like my family. Right. She handles everything. All the emails. If you want to get in touch with Shannon quick, call Shelley. So, and I get it. Well, you hanging around with a gay guy. And see, here's the thing, Ocho. If I swerve, if I'm driving my car and I swerve, what's the first thing somebody automatically assume? He drunk. What if I was on my phone? What if I dropped something? You see how you make assumptions? But that's what we do in our community. Not, man, Shannon doing good. Man, you see, he lost his job. He working so hard. Man, look at it. But no. He got it. Ain't no way that man will say it like that without selling out his community. But still, nobody's told me how I sold out my community. Nobody, like, okay, where's your proof? So, and I said, Mike, you tell me the fun in it for me that you can lie on my name. I said, and guys out there, if I said your wife has been flushed more than a stadium bathroom, you gonna be cool with that? Ooh. Hell no, you not. If I say things about you, if you got a child that's slow, and I made jokes about that, you okay with that? No. So why should I be okay? It's just joke. And I told him this. I said, what I'm starting to see is that jealousy, hate, and envy is being disguised in jokes.
Whoa, Shannon. Whoa. Now, I think he got a point there with Mike Epps, because Mike Epps got caught lying. I think if Mike Epps would have never lied, that statement wouldn't be as impactful. But because Mike Epps actually lied about what happened, that makes this statement much more profound. The fact that Shannon said he's starting to notice that jealousy, envy, and hate is being disguised as jokes. That's how Mike Epps played himself. Because Mike Epps, in that comedy skit, he could have just told the truth and still roasted Shannon Sharpe. But because he lied and Mike Epps knew he had to come up, Mike Epps knew Shannon Sharpe was telling the truth. So that's why Mike Epps came out and said, yeah, he did lie about that part. Well, you shouldn't have never lied. If you'd have just kept it 100 and still roasted Shannon, it'd have came off better. But now Shannon got the upper hand because Mike Epps just exposed himself for being a liar when he didn't have to do that.
I said, that's what I'm seeing. Oh, it's just a joke. He's a comedian. I ain't never hear him call nobody else that. I ain't never hear him say anything else about that. I ain't hear him lie on nobody else's name. Why me? I met Mike in Whole Foods over a decade ago. We had a conversation in Whole Foods about 10 minutes. We exchanged information. The next time I heard from Mike Epps, he had DM'd me about coming on Club Shay Shay. That was it. So, and people say, well, Shannon's just, bro, to get tagged with that, and I ain't got no problem with gay. I'm just not gay.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of my exes reached out. It's like, Shannon, where does gay is coming from? They need to talk. But see, that's the thing. What do you get out of calling me gay?
And see, that's what I'm saying. Because Shannon Sharpe already know he's been hearing this. He's been hearing this from people. But I'm not sure if anybody on the level of Mike Epps came out and was speaking on it the way Mike Epps did. I think it was like average folks on like social media and like the YouTube platforms and things like that, but nobody of real prominence. So I think that's what's rubbing Shannon. That's really triggering him. The fact that a name like Mike Epps really pushed that agenda on him like that.
Feel good? That makes you feel good? Because you're saying things on the radio behind your screen that you would never say to my face. What's the likelihood that Mike Epps would have said what he said to my face? Or any of these comedians that said what they said, they're not going to say that to my face, Ocho. You know that, I know that.
Yeah.
Now, when I said I was going to pull up, I was going to see him. He and I was going to have a conversation, and I'm going to say, okay, where did you get this from? Where are you hearing this from?
No, that's not the kind of pulling up we were doing, man. That's not the kind of pulling
Ocho, I ain't going to why am I going to put my hands on him and mess up my money?
Hey, wait a minute. I went and got some black Air Force Ones and some Army fatigue. I was ready to go to India.
And that's the thing. Now, look, there's this one guy.
So funny.
He wants to come on my show, but I don't have any respect for him. And I don't think he's funny. Who that? So,
yo, Ocho funny, man. That's my man's man. Yo, whoever can't stand Ocho, something wrong with you, man. I don't know how people don't like Ocho Cinco, man. People like really used to criticize this dude for changing his last name to Ocho. This dude is hilarious. Like, his personality is just the personality like a friend should have, man. Like that. I bang with Ocho Cinco. This is one hilarious dude, man.
I don't really pay any attention to him, and he keeps it going. The chat knows who he is. But I was lost
that's yesterday.
The thing, Ocho. And so I said, Mike, we just need to have a conversation. And hopefully once we have this conversation, this thing goes to bed. I said, because at the end of the day, I'm a man, but I'm also a son, I'm a brother, I'm a dad, and I'm a granddad. And when my kid starts reaching out, okay, now we got a problem. You just saying what you said. My daughter hit me up. Dad, where is this coming from? Now I got a problem because you got people involved. If it was just me and you, I got a grand. Now my grand gonna have to hear this. So I just need to know what's really going on and why you feel that way.
Yeah.
And why you felt the need to say what you said as far as I reached out to you. Now everybody heard him say, I'm jealous. Katt didn't mention my name. But then you turn around and say, well, Shannon tried to get Katt to go in on me, but he wouldn't. Did anybody hear me mention anything about Mike? Other than I think I might have said, I don't know, like I said, correct me if I'm wrong. I think I said Mike was great in that role. Nobody else could have played Day Day. I don't try to get my guests to go anywhere.
Right. But I have a question. What you have to understand for me, which is what I'm really good at, is obviously knowing all the comedians and understanding comedy in itself. Is how when I take anything that they do say with a grain of salt, because comedy.
Ocho,
is
you're not going to take what they're saying about me with a grain of salt. Stop it, Ocho. What is joke to you is death to someone else. Everybody don't play like they play.
Okay, I know. Okay, you're right. But me as hilarious, funny.
So if he's saying Rail getting smashed by 15 dudes, you cool with that?
Mm-hmm.
But how's it different?
It holds no weight.
You say that.
I'm just listen. Stay with me now. It holds no weight. What you saying?
I'll bang with
Ocho. There's no fact in it.
Comedy.
Comedy.
There's no what?
Let me finish. No weight in that.
Ocho, I know you. You're not gonna let somebody talk about Ray. You're not gonna let somebody talk about your kids constantly. Lie on you.
Yeah, I understand where you're going. Stay with me, baby. I understand where you're going, but there's no need to get up in arms about certain things that hold no weight and hold no true
Ocho, do you know how?
Somebody say, if that's the case, you.
Uncle trying to hear it.
Every time somebody say something, you're gonna be ready to argue or ready to argue.
Ocho,
you don't have to fight every fight. Some fights not.
Ocho speaking facts, man. I know Unc keep cutting them off, but Ocho is speaking facts. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pick and choose your battles. Now, most people can say, well, this was the one to pick. And I probably wouldn't have too much pushback, maybe just a little, but I think that's the little bit that Ocho is showing here. He's pushing back a little bit just to try to help Unc see that you don't have to always have something to say to these weirdos.
Worth listening to or paying
our
attention
community is easily misled. That's why we're in the situation that we're in. We're not going to ever get out because why?
Can I ask you a question? Who cut your checks? Who in the community cut your checks?
The people that support us.
What can anybody stay with me. Who in our community can say anything about you that's going to affect your bottom line at the end of the day and you paying your bills?
It's the people in the community that support us. We have a heavy African demographic that follow us. Whites too. We got a heavy female, women that follow us.
They're gonna always support us, Unc. The support not gonna stop because of what somebody says. That's not gonna stop nothing.
Here's the thing. The joke is always funny.
You know what? Ocho is dropping a lot of knowledge here, man. That's how I felt from the beginning. That's why in my previous videos, I said Shannon Sharpe, I think he mishandled it. He didn't have, I think this is where Shannon Sharpe went wrong. When he just was promoting the whole pull up thing and expressing his frustration and anger in that way, the pull up and making Mike Epps feel like he have to really be on the defense to defend himself physically. Shannon Sharpe could have addressed Mike Epps lying and being upset with the gay accusation. He could have addressed it totally differently. So I think Ocho Cinco is like dead on here. No matter, I truly believe no matter what people come out and say about Shannon Sharpe and Ocho, I don't think they're going to lose their supporters. Most people that's riding with Shannon Sharpe and Ocho Cinco generally like them. I know personally, I bang with both of these gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? So I know for a fact that Ocho speaking facts. There's nothing people can come out here and start trying to say to degrade either one of them that's going to take away from the success that they're having. So shout out to Ocho. Ocho keeping it funky right here.
as long as it's not about you. And you see, you and I, we joke, but you and I have a personal relationship. Right. And we know we keep it above the board. Right. That's all I'm saying. I don't think I'm asking too much for somebody not to call me out of my name. I don't think I'm asking for too much for someone not to lie on me. Is that asking too much, Chad? Is that asking too much?
But hold up. What about Mike? What about what he said about me? He said I look like a milk dud and I ain't got no eyebrows.
He got that for me because what did I call you? Milk dud head. And I call you what? Your head look like shaved monkey nuts.
Oh, and he talking about I ain't got no eyebrows. My eyebrows
Ocho,
right
come
here.
on, Ocho. I get it. I get
it. Ocho said, but hold up, Unc. He said I ain't got no eyebrows, but my eyebrows right here. Unc ain't trying to hear none of it. Unc really want that smoke to a degree, man. He do. He really don't want this. He don't want this to bypass on a light note. When he faced Mike Epps face to face in Indiana for NBA All-Star Weekend, they're not going to fight, but Unc is going to really. He's going to show Mike Epps some sort of aggression. Just that exchange is going to have a little aggression in it. Because Unc ain't trying to hear this light stuff from Ocho Cinco. Really, he's not trying to hear it at all. But it don't make Ocho Cinco a liar. Ocho was dead on. He doing what he need to do to help Unc. You know what I mean, think of things differently.
Listen, I know I'm trying to make light up because we don't need to be, going through this, but Mike still got to see me because now what we can't do is we can't set a precedent and we have an issue with somebody and then you and him talk and then everything be good. Then everybody else will think it's okay to try us. Now, at some point we got to stand on business.
Know what,
Oh man, my man hit him with the T.I. Sunline, man. At some point we gotta stand on business. Look. Oh man, so this is what I'll say, man, after listening to all that. Unc is doing his thing. That we might as well just draw that conclusion. Like I said, I think earlier, man, Unc has reinvented himself. Unc is finding some lanes and some avenues to thrive in, and he's being successful. You know what I'm saying? He's not just maintaining; he's actually inclining. He's being successful. He's thriving. He's propelling, and a lot of the things that he's doing, man, and it's rubbing a lot of people the wrong way. I mean, there's a lot of people that's saying that even with Shannon Sharpe being on First Take a few days out of the week, like people are noticing his talent. You know what I'm saying? Like people are starting to hint at the possibility of him, replacing Stephen A. Smith if anything goes wrong with that. So Unc is Unc is really rubbing a lot of people the wrong way with his success. And I think he's just going to have to find a way to navigate these turbulent waters as he climbed the ranks. It's going to be a lot of people coming his way. I think he even spoke on that. He said Katt Williams told him that, man, a lot of people going to be coming from a lot of different directions. So, kind of be prepared. So he's going to have a little bit more tougher skin. That's basically what Ocho Cinco is telling him. Ocho is doing a good job, in my opinion. He's a true friend, man. There's a lot of people that would just condone your ignorance and they wouldn't push back. But Ocho isn't going to let Unc crash and burn. And I think Ocho is going to do whatever he can to help Unc, navigate these waters. And he's going to be right there with him, obviously. So, man, I hope everybody enjoyed this video, man. Listen, obviously it's going to be more to come from this as the days move towards the NBA All-Star weekend. And once that time period comes, only God knows, what's going to be coming out from that. So share the video, y'all, man. Please make sure y'all smash that like button. The more y'all smash the like button, the more y'all can support me. You know what I'm saying? And support my videos. So, like I said, I hope everybody enjoy it. Make sure you smash that like button, y'all. This is Smash the Like TV. Please smash that like button for me. And make sure you hit the subscribe before you take the next ride. Your brother Be Easy is out of here like Vladimir. Peace.